Now let's talk structure here. We're going what?
Let's talk it.
Well, I'm just saying, like sometimes we can like the premise of this podcast, I guess, is just to bring whatever we've done in the past week or whatever we like or want to talk about to the table without having a big layout of just nerd oriented like you're talking like mainstream. We're not going to get a.
Sound it out. Words are hard.
Sound right. Like before we would go like hard score.
Sound it out. Words. I mean, you're getting it. You'll get there. You just practice. As I tell Ben, practice makes perfect. You just practice your words.
Just try to get through what Opie's saying tonight, and then we.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the pilot episode of the Nerd Punch podcast. My name is Matt, and I am joined by Dan.
Hi.
And Opie.
Heyo.
And Dave.
Damn it, I said I was Dan.
Everybody wants to be Dan.
I'm Dave. Hi.
Hi.
And I'm Tim.
I shall be Luke Skywalker.
So, if anybody who's ever listened to the Geek Bits podcast,
I'm sorry.
Never heard of it.
that's probably one person out there. The four of us used to do a podcast called Geek Bits, and we stopped doing it. We did it for about 2.5 years, and a few months ago, we kind of stopped. We went on indefinite hiatus.
We didn't kind of stop. We did stop.
We did stop. We kind of stopped cold turkey. I mean, we just stopped doing it one day. We kind of wanted to go back to the drawing board. We wanted to do something new, and also just take some time off because, like I said, we've been doing it for 2.5 years straight. And for us, that's a long time. That's longer than we've committed to.
That's like
to marriages,
57 years in dog years, I think.
Yeah, it's longer than we've committed to school or to
Well,
work,
I never committed to school, so yeah.
or anything. So, so we took some time off, and this is something. Nerd Punch is something that we've talked about for a really long time. We have a website, nerdpunch.com, that we were working on, and we kind of stopped doing that too. I don't know. We're real bad about stopping.
We became major slack asses.
Yeah, pretty much. But
life kind of kept over. Schedule's full of life right now.
Yeah, I adopted a child and stuff. So
there you go.
Yeah,
See, it's
Dan,
nothing important, just adopting children and
I
raising
did too.
kids.
I adopted a bunch of Chinese.
Dan actually started.
Not children.
Wow.
I can see that
There
actually.
went that demographic once again.
Those are Chinese demographic.
Well, there was. There's not anymore.
Ruined
Don't
it.
have one.
No,
So, yeah.
but Dan actually started working, and he's just not the Dan that we used to know. So
right.
started to grow up a little bit.
Yeah, he's
I'm becoming an adult now.
I know he's
Exactly.
growing facial hair, and
35.
he's noticing girls. His voice is
Exactly.
changing. So anyway, just recently, within the last couple of weeks, we started talking about, all right, guys, let's get back on track. Let's start something new. Let's get this Nerd Punch podcast off the ground. So we've talked about it in what we're doing here. This is just a pilot. It's not even really an official episode. We're really just recording this to kind of see how it comes out, to test some ideas, because we have all these ideas. We don't know how it's going to sound until we actually just record it.
Sexy voice.
That too. Everybody wants to hear this. So anyway, so Nerd Punch is basically it's a lot like the Geek Bits podcast that we used to do. Although we're not limiting ourselves to movies and games and comics and TV shows and things like that. It's just we're just going to come together and just kind of talk about, we're going to talk about some of that kind of stuff, but we're also just going to kind of talk about some things, some experiences that we've had over the last week, because the idea is to have this be a weekly thing.
Basically, whatever we nerd out on, Matt, just tell them that.
Thank you. You did it for me.
Well, I'm just saying.
What he said.
I'm just saying. Quit beating around the bush. We're just not going to bring. We're just not going to bring the mainstream news stuff anymore. You might hear different stuff from all four of us that might even, not even relate to one another.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
just four dudes sitting around having conversations about wacky stuff. It's pretty much it. So I wanted to start it off by telling you guys that I rolled around in the mud this past weekend.
know. I saw those pictures, and
should go ahead and
God,
put
you
some
look
in
like
it,
an
Flip.
idiot when you first sent that first one.
I thought he looked cool.
I thought the headbands kind of
Looks
just
like he was
set
having
it
a
off.
whole lot of fun.
I got that picture printed out. I got a life-size photo.
I hope you didn't buy new shoes for that event.
I did buy new shoes. So what we're talking about is I participated in the Chattanooga Mud Run on Saturday, the 11th of August, and basically what it was it was for charity. It was for Habitat for Humanity, and there was like 400 and something teams, and teams of 5. And it was basically a 5K. We ran a 5K, but it was also in the mud with obstacles. So we had to climb over walls and crawl through tunnels and do all kinds of stuff. I've never done anything like that. I mean, if you guys, for those who've seen me, I'm pretty athletic. I mean, I'm a pretty fit guy.
He's stout.
I mean, I'm pretty cut and everything.
Compared to what? Are you athletic compared to William the Refrigerator Perry? Maybe. Wait a minute. No, I take that back. Dude scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. You're not as athletic as him.
That's just because I haven't made it to the Super Bowl yet. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. I've never done anything like that. 5K in the mud, and it was so much fun. I mean, the whole time I was doing it, I thought I was going to die. But it was great. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. I'll try to put up some pictures on NerdPunch.com.
What was your time?
Our team finished.
The clock ran out.
Yeah,
They
couldn't count that.
Was that on the sand? Was that on like a sundial that they kept?
Yeah, no, it was
Sundial.
our
It
team
went around twice.
Our team finished in 51 minutes and 14 seconds.
Nice.
And that was
I mean, the team that won finished in 24 minutes, I think, something like that.
Jeez.
ouch.
Yeah,
Dude, that being said, I mean, I've run through mud before, even walking through mud. That is a pain in the ass.
That being
I mean,
said, I've
you get-
looked at mud before,
Dude,
and I'm like,
You get
that's
stuck in that
perfect.
stuff,
Yeah.
you're not getting out, man.
It-
You
well, it
lose
get-
shoes and everything.
I was out of breath watching the YouTube video you sent on that. There's no way I could have done that.
yeah. Well, I was all pumped for it, and the minute they said go, I had a big adrenaline dump, and it
Took a big dump.
That happens when I get nervous. Sometimes
Look how you were in the mud.
Yeah,
Covered it all
that
up.
wasn't mud.
That before.
Wait, you didn't finish the race. That wasn't mud.
Yeah, that wasn't mud.
and I got nervous, and it kind of threw off my breathing, which made it harder. But it was, I mean, it was tons of fun. And I got a little bit. I did buy new shoes, like you said, just for this. Shoes, like cheap shoes. I didn't care if they got dirty or not. And
Are they ruined?
no, I hosed them off. I'm going to use them to cut the grass now.
Where you go?
Cool.
So were you sore the
memory.
next morning?
I was sore for today's like the first day I haven't been sore since Saturday.
Yeah, it looked like it was a pain, but it looked like fun at the same time. So
It was awesome, and that's what I've been really focusing on leading up to the weekend. I've been doing the Couch to 5K
You were
program.
working. I kept seeing stuff you were posting on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, saying that you were had been out. I don't know if you were running or if you were just walking or what, but.
Yeah, it's the Couch to 5K. It's basically, alternating walking and running, and every week it gets harder and harder. You have to run more, walk less, and starting to build up the stamina, starting to get even more fit than I already am.
Yeah,
toning up this body.
I mean, I
Making
was
this
outside
tight.
cutting a. We had a big bush out in our front yard, and I cut it down last night. And man, I don't do manual labor. I sit behind a desk and do computer stuff all day. And when I actually started cutting that bush
Nerd.
down and stuff, it made me realize just how out of shape I was. I was like, damn, I got to do something about this.
That's why I do things that don't cause me to go out and do athletic things.
Like I just stand at a self.
That's why all of
We
Dan's
do
running.
fruit vegetables now.
Right.
All of Dan's running is done across
Actually, that's a good
Azeroth.
workout, by the way. Anyway, so let me go on to something that's like not physically laboring.
Because I'm out of breath. I'm
To
just
things
tired.
I have been doing this
tired.
week that are way more cooler for the nerd. I actually started watching Firefly. And I know I have to turn in my nerd card right now because everybody's like, you just now saw it? I think we were challenged on it like a long time ago on Geek Bits to watch it.
Yeah.
And I watched the first 2 episodes and
He's just catching up on his challenge.
I really wasn't impressed with it the first couple episodes. And then I just started watching it the other night and now I'm hooked. I can't believe the show got canceled.
What episode are you on?
I'm on the one with
3.
people in it.
Oh, the one where they're on the spaceship. I love that one.
And they fly through space, and it's like hiding cargo to smuggle it.
It's the guy who fought in the war with them shows up on their ship dead, and they have to take him home. I don't know if you remember this one, Matt. Or not. Hold on, I'm trying to buy time.
Wait. Say that again. The one where they have to break into the hospital.
It's episode 12. It's The Message.
Where they break into the hospital?
No. That's already passed.
Because that was my favorite one.
Right. This one is their wartime friend. They're like at the post or whatever, and they get a shipment in a crate, and it's their friend dead. And they bring him on the boat, and the guy's last request.
Oh, right.
And then things happen, and
See, the last one I saw was the one where they find that wreckage, and there's the infected guy in the wreckage.
Ooh, yeah, that's the 3rd episode.
Okay, so that's the last one.
That's the last one you saw?
Yeah, I haven't watched any more. Sorry.
Wow.
Jeez.
Me too. Okay.
Well, screw you guys. You guys don't watch the shows I watch, so shut up.
We don't watch soap operas.
Well, sorry, they're good, okay?
It's good when you start watching the show and you get built on the characters and things like that. Things start clicking with it. It seems it gets better and better as the show goes on, and I hate it that there's only 14 episodes. Then I'll just have to watch Serenity after I'm done with it. So.
Yeah. Speaking of shows, Matt, speaking of the greatest show ever made, Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
I'm watching my show that you guys don't want. Well, Dave does. Fucking Breaking Bad, Dave. What's up with that?
Oh, holy crap.
That's holy crapville right there. We take it all the way to downtown Crapville.
Straight down.
Wow.
But Matt Landry is in BreakingAd now. For
Shut
Friday
up.
Night Lights.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Dude, he came in this season. So I just wanted to tell you about that. But I thought he was going to have...
I love that that you brought up Landry because I just wanted to tell our audience that if the cast of Friday Night Lights makes a show or a movie about us, the kid who plays Landry is you. And Taylor,
I had water in my mouth.
and Taylor Kitsch would be me.
I was so wanting Landry to hook up with the bass chick who ended up being a lesbian because, like, she was rocking out on the bass, and I was
Well,
like,
what a coincidence! You're talking about the bass chick. That would be Dan.
Oh,
There you go.
If this show starts talking about Friday Night Lights again, I will quit in a heartbeat.
shut up.
Holy.
Shut up and sit there and listen.
I'm tired of
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
I don't care. I'm about to make you lose in a minute when I punch you in the face.
Hey, I got something that might be interesting to some people that I found out today. Well, I found out about it yesterday, but I found out today that September 7th, Steven Spielberg is re-releasing Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark in IMAX for 1 week.
I saw that. I saw that he was putting that back in the theater. That's pretty awesome.
Again.
I don't know if it's going to look good on an IMAX.
As long as you're not in line with Will Wheaton, you'll be all right.
No kidding. I get that reference.
Did anybody else get that reference?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, they go to see Indiana Jones, the extended super deluxe version with like 9 minutes of extra footage.
No, wasn't it only like 30 seconds of extra footage or something?
Extra footage, and they're in line, and they get in line late because, Sheldon wants to go immediately, but they want to go eat first, so they're in the back of the line, and Will Wheaton jumps line, and so it's pretty
So
funny.
Sheldon ends up stealing the actual.
Dan, you don't
film
watch
reel.
shows? Do you not have cable?
Oh,
He actually does it. He has like 5 channels,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and they're all pay-per-view, or they're all the paid programming.
Unbelievable.
I don't watch Big Bang Theory. I'm sorry.
You need to start challenge.
Big Bang Theory is
We're gonna
funny.
start challenges back up again from the old Geek Bits, and you're gonna watch that. You're gonna watch that shit. I'm
I've
telling
watched a few episodes of it. It's okay. I'm not a huge fan
you. Oh
of
my
it. It's
god,
all right.
Dan.
Oh,
It's just a bunch of nerds being nerds on TV.
What do you-
I'm just-
oh,
Dude, it's a show about us, basically.
it's
we
actually-
are not doctors.
I mean, listen. No, I'm pretty close.
We do not discuss Battlestar
Yeah, but I play-
Galactica
but-
in
That's
full
true, we don't,
detail.
But I'm not a doctor, but I play doctor all the time.
Wow.
The point is, I get it. I get the joke. I do. It's funny. And the show can be funny here and there, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. I don't understand why you gotta hate on me for that.
because you're communist and you live in a country under illegally without a green card.
I don't think I'm a communist either. I don't remember that happening. You guys want me to tell you about video games?
Video
No.
games.
No, not really. So anyway, TV shows.
Back to Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights, right? I'd rather talk about that.
Unbelievable. I hope they make a video game of Friday Night Lights. That'd be awesome. An RPG. Listen, Matt. An RPG, Friday Night Lights, football-oriented video game.
Yeah, what
You
if it's
take-
like if
Wait,
it's like
where'd Dan go?
My iPhone, and it's an amazing game.
you play
what if it's like
as
what if
a
it's like
professional
Madden
quarterback?
instead of the NFL? You're playing the Dillon Panthers.
I'm seriously gonna quit this show. right?
Matt, if you buy
Episode
Madden, we will create the Dillon Panthers on the EA Sports Team Creator. Remember, I made you guys create a team.
Yes.
The challenge. Make the Dillon Panthers.
That would be awesome. And like in the game, let's talk about this. So okay, so it's like Madden or NCAA. So it's that type of football game. It's the Dillon Panthers, and in between each game, it's like an RPG where you have to like level up your skills in beer drinking and like hooking up with the
band
cheerleaders.
chicks.
Yes.
You know, and like there's the you have the quest to resolve your daddy issues from when he went off to the war.
I'm lost now.
Okay. We're derailing it.
No,
Sorry,
I'm
Dan.
not. I'm not. I'm
wanted-
just. That would be awesome. I would play that
Okay.
game.
Not really. Dan, would you play that game?
No,
I think he left.
Dan, just quit.
I'm muting for the rest of the show. I'm done.
Dan, tell us about
What
video
you-
games.
What you got on video games?
Oh, we ready to listen now? You ready?
No.
I swear I'm gonna burn every freaking copy of Friday Night Lights. Anyways, so there is a new app on the iPhone which I got, and it is called 10 Million, and it's done by 88 Games, and it is freaking sweet. It's a very simple game. It's all 8-bit graphics, like Nintendo graphics, things like that. And it's just a puzzle matcher where you just match 3 tiles to get the certain things like a sword or a wand or rocks or wood or things like that, or the different items, keys and stuff. But your character is running through a dungeon at the top of the screen, and you're fighting creatures along the way. So you have to match stuff to defeat the creatures, unlock chests, unlock doors to move on through the dungeon, and then you fight bosses along the way. But it's cool because you also get to earn experience, which gives you abilities that you can spend money on. You get to upgrade your equipment, your armor, upgrade your castle, make it better, and all these different things. So it has this whole RPG element. It's like Puzzle Quest from a few years back that a bunch of people got really hooked on. And at first I was like, I'll give it a shot and see how it is. But it has had me addicted to my phone for freaking 2 weeks now. I cannot quit playing this game. It's freaking awesome. I've only gotten up to 2 million. That's the highest I get. When you get 10 million, you win the game. But you guys need to check it out. It's freaking sweet.
Wait a second. So if I were hypothetically looking in the App Store right now, is it 10 million spelled out, or is it
Nope.
the number 10 million?
Just the number 10 million. And that'll bring it up.
Because let me tell you something about Dan Hooper and his iOS games. Listen to him. Because he plays a lot of them, and some of my favorite games have come from him, like that one where you swipe your finger across the screen. That was really fun. And what was that? Where you created like the 4-character party, and you swiped.
That's from Opie. That's an Opie call.
Yeah, that was
Battle
Heart.
Yeah.
The games you got like Jetpack Joyride.
Jetpack Joyride, one of my favorites of all time, thanks to Dan.
And
One of the games that I'm still playing is that damn Tiny Tower.
Tiny Tower, yes. I haven't been to my Tiny Tower in forever.
I'm up to 110 levels.
Zombie Gunship is also another really good
Oh, here
one
it is.
out
10 million. God, it's $2, Dan.
there. Yeah, it is $2.
God.
I was also the one that
can
talked
pay
to you
your
guys
cable
in
bill.
Hero Academy, by the way. Just throwing that out
Hero
there.
Academy. Yeah, you just never played anymore.
I do too. You haven't sent me another game to play in it.
Yeah.
I had like 30 games in there, and it took me an hour to go through all my games. So
That's
Oh,
why I
Dan,
reduced
this
them
looks
down.
fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dan, this looks like a fun game.
It is. It's pretty sweet. I really, really like it. It takes a little bit to get into because, like I said, it's a puzzle matching game. But
A
once you
dungeon
get into
crawling RPG matching game. Run the dungeon
Mhm.
and match to handle the things you encounter.
Yep.
Sounds fun.
pretty sweet.
So
yeah, check it out.
I will.
Oh, so Matt, that Flipboard app
Yes.
is also.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
I tried to tell you. You never listen.
But I have it now, so I must have listened.
Let's talk about speaking of apps, let's talk about the Dragon Con app and what's happening in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Boom.
Oh, Dave, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's happening for 3 of us in a couple of weeks.
Well, Dave is taking care of serious issues, so Dave has a very good excuse why
Yes.
Yeah.
it's more important than going to Dragon Con. Although,
But I'm
not
going
much-
to miss freaking MacGyver.
But no, the Dragon Con app is actually really sweet. I've got my schedule laid out. I will have to clone myself to be able to make all these panels. But yeah, Dragon Con's coming up. I'm super pumped about it. It's going to be awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that was,
Yeah, no,
Nice
that's
talk,
I'm
man.
stupid. I was
yeah, no.
the
The app is really good. I mean, I'm kind of. Are you guys kind of surprised that the app is as good as it is?
yes.
It's really.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it has a couple little quirks, but I haven't really gone through it yet, like Dan has. But I mean, I just love that. I remember, the days. I remember the days of like the first Dragon Con we went to in 2010, or like AWA. We had to we would create like a Google spreadsheet and lay all this stuff out and
so
print it and
painful.
stuff, and it was such a pain in the ass. And then this is this is really good.
The one thing I want them to do, and they had already talked about this on the Dragon Con Daily update page or whatever it is, where I could share my schedule with everybody that I'm going with, so that everybody could see, the things I'm going to see or whatever. But other than that, man, it's just laid out perfectly.
Yeah, I wish you could share your
yeah.
schedule.
Yeah, they said that isn't coming this year. They're hoping they can put it in next year, but they did do a big update to it. And when they did that, it's through all kinds of panels that I did not want to see, and I had to go through and redo my whole schedule.
Yeah, we were watching robots fight on one day that we were. I mean, not that that's not a bad thing, but we just didn't want to do it at Dragon Con.
Right.
Yeah.
Another cool thing about Dragon Con is they have the video game track, which has me super excited.
And that's new this year, right?
Yeah, that's brand new. Also, the puppeteering track is new too, but I'm not going to any of that. But I mean, Insomniac, Gearbox, Epic, some other game studios are all going to be there. You've got Sony Online Entertainment, you've got BioWare, and they're bringing games. I'm going to be able to see Borderlands 2 before it's released. Stuff like that just gets me super pumped. We'll be able to see Gears of War Judgment and Fortnite before they're out. So I'm super, super pumped about that stuff.
So basically, I won't see Dan once we get there.
It's
Yes.
possible.
I might see him in passing in the hotel room.
I will be cheering Matt on in the Marvel vs. DC Jeopardy.
Dan
And I'm
straight.
going to try out for the Star Wars trivia. I'm going to do the test.
There you go. And I will be there cheering my buddy Opie on for
Are you
that.
serious?
There's a test. You have to take a test first to even get into the tryout. for
When
the
when
trivia.
do you take the test, and when is the thing?
It's like the Friday night, or I think, or
Trying to
I don't
find
have my phone. I don't have my iPad either.
it. I can't. Star Wars.
There's a test that you take the test to get into Star Wars trivia, and then there's the actual Star Wars trivia. I just met you.
The bad thing is the Game of Thrones trivia from the books and shows, which I probably would have joined, is late Sunday night, which we will be.
God, why can't we just have money
Yeah.
that we could just stay till through Monday, because I mean, we can all I'm always off on Labor Day. Opie, I think you are too, Dan. So the time off isn't the problem. We just can't afford that last night in the hotel and are the tickets more or the tickets that we buy?
No, you got a ticket through Monday.
So it's really just an extra. God bless, that would be awesome. Because the freaking Brian Brushwood's NSFW podcast is doing their thing Sunday night again, I think.
I think the latest we'll say is Borderlands 2: The Return of Pandora is the last thing I want to see, and that's at 5:30 to 6:30.
Holy hell, that's late.
Wow, that is late. A lot later than what.
But I have to stay for that because that's going to be Borderlands.
You don't have to stay.
Oh yes.
No, you're not driving, so you go when they tell you.
No, Dave, I'll be there.
Everybody just leaves Dan. Bye.
So I have to stay and see my board.
The one bad thing I have to say about Dragon Con is I'm going to miss the zombie walk.
Yeah, Opie will be watching football while he's at Dragon Con.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Are you actually going to the game?
No.
Okay.
I wish. Oh God.
I thought you said something about going to.
Yeah, I know. No. I'm not going to the game. My Tennessee Volunteers are playing North Carolina State Wolfpack. For all you Galifianakis fans out there, Wolfpack. Friday night in the Georgia Dome, so it's pretty much going to be a rocking event. Atlanta is going to be rocking and rolling that weekend that we're down there. So
the Braves are playing.
The Braves are playing. Auburn is playing. I think Auburn's playing Clemson Saturday night. Shout out to John W. Bell. He's a big Clemson fan.
Word.
And basically, yeah, but there's a big tailgate going on. One of the Knoxville radio stations I listen to all day long at work, they're doing their complete lineup at this hotel, the Castleberry Inn down there in Atlanta, and they're tailgating all day long and doing their shows and stuff like that. And that'd be cool to hang out at. But I'm doing the Dragon Con thing, but I am going to watch the game that night, so I won't be able to see the zombie walk. In the hotel room, I'll be watching the game.
Way to go. You're not going to get to see it.
Me watching UT football at one of our weekends is almost as a tradition as us going.
That's true. Opie didn't go with us to a con one time because the Florida UT game was that
yeah,
week.
Right.
He missed the entire con. Didn't even go to Atlanta with us because of that game.
Yeah.
Your Star Wars trivia thing's Sunday 2:30 to 3:30.
Yeah, but when's the test?
I didn't see when the test was. We'll have to go down to the Star Wars track and figure that out and see when the test. But I'm actually excited. I don't know. I know the True Blood people are there again. I don't know if I'm going to go to that. I've seen them twice, but the Walking Dead stuff. After this last season, I'm super pumped. Even though it's just I think Glenn and the kid who plays Carl,
and then
the young lady who. From season 2, who they kept searching for.
Sophie.
Sophie, yeah.
Her, so we can get up and say, why did you guys waste 12 episodes on the character we don't care about? So I'm going to have fun at that.
He was at Wizard World this past weekend.
That's where you went, Wizard World. I was trying to figure out what con you were at.
Glenn.
Oh yeah,
was up there. Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, I've gone to C2E2, and this is the first time that I've actually been to Wizard's World. And I ran into a couple buddies, Marty and Matt. They do the
no, I wasn't there.
Video, not you, dork. Old video game reviewer. Him and his brother were there. They've gone to it. They go to it every year, and they said this was the first time that they actually made this huge change. And there was a lot of stuff there. I mean, a lot, and it was really interesting. But they had the stuff crammed so tightly together. It sucked. I mean, the aisles were so tight that if somebody was on one side looking at somebody's art and somebody was on the other side looking at somebody else's art, you couldn't walk through. You couldn't walk through. And then I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook or not, but I said, dear Comic-Con or any other con attendees, if your kid is 8 years or younger, they do not want to be here. Take them home. Because all I kept seeing was all these kids and these. I shit you not, I've never seen so many kids at a con in my life. I mean, C2E2 I've been to twice. Dragon Con, I have never seen so many kids, parents like just dragging their kids around, strollers everywhere. And
wow.
I was just like, this is crap. I'm like, why would they even allow this?
Just get them started early. You got to raise your kids right, man.
Kids screaming and everything else. It was damn annoying.
Well, Dave, I love you because you got me an amazing poster.
Oh, wow.
print.
I saw it as soon as I saw it. I thought of Dan because I remember last year you going around. I don't find anything with Harley Quinn on it. And this was the guy had big, huge, like wall-sized posters of this.
Yeah.
And I went up and grabbed you just one of the like 11 by 17.
Well, dude, I don't care. It looked awesome. It is an awesome looking print.
Yeah.
You should put that on our freaking nerdpunch.com webpage.
Yeah.
Just to
I will.
because I think
I'll
that
upload
picture's
it.
awesome.
Yeah. It's got a picture of Joker and Harley Quinn's like hanging on to him got her arms around him, and he's holding like a machine gun. He's like got blood splatters all over.
Did you go to any panels while you were there, or did you do anything else?
I went and met some of the celebrities and stuff, and Ashley got to meet like one of her favorites. She got to meet Adrian Curry, and got a couple pictures with her, and she got her autograph and stuff. And I met James Hong, who's he's been in Big Trouble in Little China and The Golden Child.
Yes,
and,
I saw that picture. That is awesome. That he's still alive.
He was cool as hell. And
he's old as Christmas.
Yeah, and I followed Kevin Nash into the bathroom.
Yes,
that dude,
The Wolfpack.
Diesel.
that dude is the biggest son of a bitch I've
He's
ever
tall.
seen. Tall as hell and built like a brick shit house. And then we saw a couple other bunch of other wrestlers. It seemed like that's one of the big things
Hey,
with wrestlers.
Dave, did he talk or anything? Is he pretty coherent and still what's going on? Because
Who, Kevin Nash?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, his buddy Razor Ramon, he got back into bad drugs, and he's in bad shape
Oh
now.
well, yeah.
Nowadays.
That guy is. He's been gone a long time, but no,
Yeah.
Nash he's fine. He was cool as hell too because everybody was talking to him and stuff. When he got done in the bathroom, we went out and everybody was talking to him, and his booth was down there, and there were people standing there, but he was just hanging out shooting the shit with us, and he had a big NWO shirt on.
That's like last year when Tim walked in with Norman Reedus, where he's just talking to him, chatting up while they're walking into the freaking Walking Dead panel.
Yeah, they were there. They did the Boondock Saints panel.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Up there at Wizards World again, and or up there at Wizards World, and they had the autograph sessions and all that stuff, and
right.
And yeah, they had a lot of celebrities up there, which I was really impressed with. But
Good.
yeah, it was fun. You guys need to come up for one of those.
Yeah, I'd like to come up for C2E2. I think that'd be a lot of fun to check out. Never been to it, so it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, C2E2. I think if I had to pick anything, I think I'd rather go to C2E2 over San Diego.
Yeah.
Well, I think you do that because Matt, you're like the comic book guy.
Yeah.
So
that's
that's
the thing,
like
too,
huge
because,
for you.
I mean, with Wizard World had a huge selection of in their artist row and stuff. That bunch of artists and stuff, but nothing like they do at C2E2. And they didn't have. I mean, they had Stan Lee, which he's the man anyway. But they didn't have the big, huge DC booth. They didn't have the big Marvel booth. They didn't have Archaea, and they didn't have any of that stuff like they do at. I mean, C2E2 is really, really concentrated on comics, which I know Matt would really like.
True
I would love it.
Dude, there's another one at Dragon Con that I'm really looking forward to, and it was the Batman with Adam West.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's going to be packed. We'll have to. That's one we'll have to get in line for. But we need to. Is that a? What is that about? Just their time?
I think it's just them up talking and people asking questions of them. I think there's a couple of them. I put them both on my schedule, and I'm trying to find them right now. But yeah, I thought that was really cool that they're going to be there. Another one I thought was really cool was the Lord of the Rings one, and they don't have it on the. That's the thing that's missing from the app, the Tolkien track.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Rhys Davies,
John Rhys Davies.
yeah, is going to be there, and that guy was in the Indiana Jones trilogy and the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
And sliders.
And he was in Sliders.
And you guys keep throwing in Sliders. It's just like, it doesn't compare to the two trilogies. Like, and he was in Sliders.
Did
like
you watch
saying
Sliders?
He was in a McDonald's
He hasn't seen
commercial.
Sliders either.
He was in the Indiana Jones trilogy and Lord of the Rings trilogy, and he did like 2 McDonald's commercials. He is. I love those McDonald's commercials.
He was in Sliders.
I get it, man. I get it. I believe
I wonder.
you.
Hey, he was in Sliders. So do you reckon that like when he goes to like Applebee's and gets the cheeseburger sliders, do you think he gets it for free?
No.
Because he was in the show Sliders.
They're also doing a Warehouse 13 panel, I think, because all the actors and
yeah, they do that every year though. Warehouse 13's always there.
they weren't there last year.
Yeah, they were.
No,
Yes, I know.
no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
They
No,
were they had the 2 main actors, the guy and the girl that play in it.
no, the main guy that actually runs the warehouse.
Right.
He
I'm
wasn't.
positive he was there. You're crazy.
All right. Well,
Crazy.
you know what? I saw Warehouse 14, so there.
Just outside.
It's better.
I like the prequel Warehouse 12.
Okay.
Anyone?
Each you guys.
But you know, even though it was on PlayStation, Warehouse 7 was the best out of all the warehouses. Just saying.
I used to work in a warehouse. Bam.
You still do
Still
work
do.
in a warehouse. It's called
Sam's
Sam's Club.
One time I shopped at Men's Warehouse. I bought a coat with
I got fitted for a tux at a men's warehouse.
Yeah.
For a wedding.
Wow.
All right. So, any other cool stories we got here, guys?
I think we've got it. I think that about covers it.
No, I was going to tell you guys something. Going back to shows, something that I've been doing this last week. I've been watching this show on Hulu called Battleground, and it was made specifically for the internet, specifically for Hulu, and it's over. I guess like the first season is over. I got behind and just now been watching it, been catching up with it. But you guys know that I love Allison Hayslip from Attack of the Show.
Oh yeah.
She's in it. She's not the star of it, but she's in it. But it's basically about these. It's kind of like an Office style, like documentary show, and it's kind of like common. It's got some funny bits and it's got some drama bits, and it's about this campaign. This campaign crew trying to get this lady elected into the Senate, I think, or some kind of Congress or something like that. And it's about their whole campaign and what they do. And then, but it's kind of weird because it sounds like it'd be kind of dry, but there's something else to it because they. You know how, like, in The Office when, you know, they show what's going on in the office, but then they flash to an interview and Jim's talking about something, or, you know, Pam or somebody is talking straight to the camera doing an interview. Well, like this, they do the same kind of thing, but it's like after all this stuff has happened and, like, one of the guys is in prison, is interviewing for prison, but you don't know why, and one of the guys is interviewing and he's with the girl in the campaign that he has a big crush on, so they get together, but it's like later on and you don't know what has happened, and they keep referencing things that haven't happened yet, and it's really cool. So it's got all this kind of like extra layer of stuff. You guys need to watch it.
Don't tell me what to do.
You need to. And it's frustrating as hell because each episode's 20 minutes long, and about every minute there are 2 minutes worth of ads.
Oh yeah. Jeez.
Wonderful, made for Hulu.
I have to say this. This is an opiism. All right, so I tweeted out that Friday Night Lights worst show ever, just because I was getting tired of that section. So Opie
shit.
retweeted me, and he tweeted, "Clear eyes, full hearts, can't loose."
It's not even funny.
Not even funny.
Can't loose.
And you know, it's hard as hell to delete a tweet. I did that the other day when the kids were going to first day of school, and I put first day. It was something, I misspelled something in first day of school. I don't know how I did it, but anyway, there's no way to delete that or edit a tweet.
Well,
so
words are hard,
That's so
man.
awesome. It wouldn't be you if you didn't do things like that.
Words are hard, man. You know, you guys know I run a separate Twitter account @_shit said at work in case you guys want to follow. And so I was posting something, but I posted it under mine accidentally instead of that account, and I tried to delete it and I couldn't figure it out. I don't know.
It's also clear eyes, CLER.
unbelievable. Look, it's gone.
Oh, why did you
Chloride.
delete
Oh yeah,
that?
it is gone. Wow, how'd you do that?
Oh, that was such a great tweet from you. Love your tweets when you mess it up. It wouldn't be you if it wasn't there.
Oh, that's
I
amazing.
wasn't trying to go with all caps when I try to hit the shift key and type at the same time.
I was just messing with you, dude. I thought it was hilarious, and I didn't catch it right away until I read it again.
I don't have a lot of followers on Twitter.
Matt, he's blowing up on Twitter.
I am blowing up on Twitter. Can I tell you guys why?
Could you please tell us why?
I'm
Don't
huge on Twitter right now.
I
So
don't think you got a reply from Jeff Ganata. I'm just going to throw that out there. But
listen,
whatever.
I got 3, okay? So one time I tweeted something about Jeff Johns, who's one of my favorite writers at DC Comics. He did a thing with Blair Herter, like taking him through a tour of the DC offices.
Saw that, and that was awesome.
It was awesome, and what was even awesomer is that I tweeted about it, and Jeff Johns retweeted me. And then some other people started replying to his
Retweet of you.
retweet of
tweeting.
me.
And you put the Bendy in there.
And he put the Bendy in there, yeah. So that was awesome.
I
And
cannot
then-
believe you're getting physically excited over telling us this story.
And then
I think he's about messed himself, actually.
Actually,
one of my
Another
one,
adrenaline dump.
one of my fa-
yeah, he gets all nervous.
and then one of my favorite Marvel comics right now, Daredevil. It's awesome. Shut up. It's awesome. The artist Chris Somney, he's killing it on that book, and I tweeted about it, and he replied back twice and said, "Wow, thanks, glad you enjoyed it," or something like that, So he replied back to me, so that was kind of a big deal.
Well, I mean, it's Daredevil, so you're like the only follower to him.
Listen,
So,
And
yeah.
Aquaman. Put Aquaman in there too. Matt reads Aquaman.
I read Aquaman and love it, written by Jeff Johns, who retweeted a tweet of mine once. I can tell you guys that story. And then Brian Michael Bendis, who's one of the top writers at Marvel, he tweeted the cover to this new X-Men book coming out, and I retweeted that saying, wasn't really looking forward to this till I saw the cover, and it looks really cool. And he replies directly to me and says, "Wait till you see the inside."
Word.
Blowing up on Twitter, guys. That's all I'm saying. I am this close to 1 million followers.
Are you sure you're that close?
Blowing up.
Wait a minute. Are they following you?
I've got 1 million followers, give or take a couple.
900,000.
999.
7.
Anyway,
Hey, guys, Gamescom is happening right now. It's happening for the next 4 days in Cologne, Germany. And
I bet that smells really good.
tomorrow,
Stephanie Harvey there?
I don't know if she's or not. She's been tweeting a lot, but I don't know if she's there
I
or
don't
not.
think she's there.
If it's, you know what? If it's in Cologne, Germany, it's the only convention in the world that smells good.
right.
That
So,
doesn't
why did I know
smell
that
like
was
a
coming?
convention.
Tomorrow they will release the opening cinematic for Mists of Pandaria for World of Warcraft, and the next 4 nights they've been showing the reveal of the multiplayer for Black Ops 2, which I am super excited about. Me and my buddies play a lot of, and they're going to be doing some tournaments with some of the best players in the world. And,
You're not there.
I gotta say, it looks really.
Lord, don't I
I'm not
know
the
that
best
Dan
player
plays?
in the world.
Don't I know that Dan plays Black Ops? So, hey, Dan, you gonna be on tonight? Let's podcast or something. Oh no, I'm playing Black
Good
Ops.
guys on.
Yeah, but
Guys,
yeah,
I
me,
played Modern Warfare 3, not Black Ops. Okay.
Oh, well, it's the same game.
It
Yes,
is.
it is.
It's the
just
same.
new maps with new guns, but we have fun, and they like to play video games with me, like other people on this podcast that doesn't play games with me. So
That wouldn't be me. I
slap
play
you.
games with Dan.
We should play games together.
I hate you, Matt. I hate you so much.
Yeah, well, November 16th, I'm going to go see Dropkick Murphys. So,
Word?
Ooh, that's cool.
nah.
I don't
The
know
only
what that
song
is.
I listened to is the one that was on The Departed. Their new song to that, and I love that song. That's the only reason I know. Thinking
Yeah. They're going to be at a little bar at Champagne.
that's kind of
I don't get it.
If you leave the bar with all your teeth, I'll be impressed.
Nah.
that's true. You will be drunk.
Beats for nothing.
I was going to bring a question up to you guys, but I don't know if we want to do it because we've been going for pretty good time here.
We got a few minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got a few minutes. Is it about
Yeah,
what
but
you?
No, I will not touch you there. How many times do I got to tell you that?
There goes the question. We thank you for listening, everyone.
Listen, I support Chick-fil-A. Okay, Dan, just wants to throw that out there.
I I would listen to a podcast. One of my favorite podcasts is Weekend Confirmed, and it has Garnett Lee and Jeff Kanata and a couple other. They have recurring people on there. Plus, they have a lot of guests from different studios and things that come on. And it's probably a 2.5-hour podcast, but it's just very entertaining, all about video games and what's going on in the industry.
You know what? This feels like a 2.5-hour podcast once you start talking about games. I swear. Go ahead.
So they posed a really good question, and it brought up a really good discussion on there, and I thought I'd shoot it to you guys to see what you thought.
Shoot it to me.
Matt has brought this up, and we've talked about this in different circumstances.
The PlayStation 3 versus Xbox 360. Go.
Depends.
Good or bad? Go.
Internet, good or bad? Go.
The question was, has online play reached another level? And the reason they asked this question is you have a lot of games now that the main thing and one of the major pools for them is co-op and online multiplayer play. A lot of people love that part of it, and that has become a huge thing in gaming. But when you're a new person stepping into a game that has built itself on multiplayer, is it easy for you to get into that game? And what I mean by that is you get ridiculed for being a noob in a lot of games.
Yes.
Come over as overwhelming.
I may have been told once or twice to put my Xbox back in the box and send it back to Microsoft.
Halo days, and now this is really blown up. And a few of these that I wrote down was like Modern Warfare 3. League of Legends is a really bad one if you wanted to play it, and it's a free-to-play game. But if you wanted to play it, you're working as a team with other players who have played for a while, and if you start doing bad, they ridicule you and berate you and tear you down, and then they may just quit the game or forfeit over to the other team because they don't want to play with you. And you're just a new player getting into it. So the question was, what do companies do? Do they allow this to continue on? Because you still want to bring in a fan base to Modern Warfare 3 or to these games and have players be new to it and learn from it and everything like that. But now it seems like the other players run the new players off. And how do companies stop that from happening? Even World of Warcraft, you're leveling to 90 now with the new expansion, and there is so much stuff in that game that most people look at it and they're like, I don't want to play that because I'm just nervous. Or like me and Opie were talking tonight about playing Modern Warfare 3, and I know he's mentioned this a few times. I play with a lot of buddies, and they're really good, and we do really well together. And I think some of the reason that you guys don't want to play is because you're afraid that you're not as good, and you don't want to bring the other players down in it, that you might get ridiculed.
I just don't want to show anybody up. That's really why I stopped.
Listen, I could put you against my 7-year-old. Wait, he's 6. He wasn't 7 yet, and you would get owned. I can barely beat my 7-year-old in Modern Warfare 3.
But the thing is, it's like, does that scare new gamers away from a game now that most of the games are going online and things like that? Does that make a new gamer nervous to play a game? Have you guys ever came and said, I don't want to get into that? That's going to be...
I know a lot of the guys that I work with and stuff have asked me, specifically, one that we've gotten into quite a bit lately is Civ 5.
Yeah.
And they when we started talking about it and stuff, they asked me if I played, and I said yeah. And they just wanted to get enough people to play together, kind of like what we do, you know, not having to jump in there and have a pickup group or have a bunch of people that have played this game since NOM and know every cheat and everything else to how to do this stuff. They wanted to get on knowing that they could have fun playing it and not worry about getting raped. And but yeah, it does make a big difference on if they're going to be able to play with people they know or people that some 10-year-old kid that knows the game like the back of his hand.
That's like me with Modern Warfare 3. I don't play the game unless my friends are on. That's the only time I play it. And usually World of Warcraft, I do the same. Mm-hmm. And Warcraft has gotten to the point where if you're running a dungeon and you've never played that specific class, you're scared to run the dungeon with the people.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going so fast through there, they don't want you to hold them back. And then again, all the chatter starts. Same in Battlegrounds and PvP in World of Warcraft. It's like scary to even give it a shot because they're getting torn down. Is there a way for the companies to step in, do you guys think? Yeah. Should they? Or, ways to... I know with Black Ops 2, they're starting a thing called League play, and I guess they have an algorithm in there that when you go in and queue for a game, and you're new to it, you are only going to play against people who are classed at your level.
Well, that's like Halo with the matchmaking.
It was to a certain extent, but I think it was still a little
Well,
broken because
Dan,
when you were level 17 or 18, it was like you were shut down by really, really good players.
well, let me ask you a question. I mean, that's all well and good, but what causes people from starting new characters or new accounts? I mean, that's the thing that you got to do. You get guys that have been playing for a long time, and then they jump in the the new thing with a different account or someone else's account. I mean, it's going to be nearly impossible to stop people from
But like companies are doing other things too, which I really like. Like I think League of Legends and StarCraft 2, if I'm not mistaken, some of these RTSs have gotten to a point where they allow for a mentor, and you earn achievements and things like that. Being a mentor in the game to teach new players to play, things like that, which are cool that companies are implementing. So somebody doesn't have to be scared to step into a game. I mean, if like my crew wasn't playing Modern Warfare 3, I probably wouldn't play because I don't want to be on there with a bunch of people who think I'm terrible. It's the same with everybody. I thought it was a good question. And
one of my earliest experiences with online multiplayer action like that was when Heat.net came out back in this was the late 90s, I guess it was, or so, when I was in college, and it was online Quake, and you practically zoned in, and it was just spawn camp city. Yeah. I mean, you could not even move from your spawn.
It was downtown spawn camp city.
It was downtown spawn camp city. But yeah, so I've not played. I mean, I played World of Warcraft since day one, and barely PvP just for the fun with you guys. I've never ever been interested in PvP. It's not my thing.
But does that keep you from playing something on there? You new to it. I mean, like say you get Matt stepping into Modern Warfare 3 now. Or Matt being away from World of Warcraft now and stepping back into it, is that something that you don't want to see?
Not WoW so much, but for me, it's more with the shooters like Call of Duty and whatever else. I work with a ton of guys who just go apeshit for Call of Duty and Modern Warfare and all those games, and they're like, "Oh, Matt, you should play with us." And I'm like, you know what, guys? I mean, I suck, and especially. I can get a little better, but you guys have been playing for so long, and I've never played it. I don't want to go through, and I know it's just all in good fun or whatever, but I just don't want to go through the ridicule of being, oh, you suck, freaking noob or whatever. I don't want to go through that.
Is there something that a company could do that would make you want to try it?
They could pay me to play it.
Besides paying you, like if they had matching up where you were only playing people at your level, would you then try the game out? Would that be something? And not saying that you will. It's just these are hypotheticals.
I think regulated or refereed matches with someone online, like a GM or something, to kick people out when they're being assholes, and really ruining the fun of it.
Xbox gives you the opportunity to, you can. Turn in a ticket on someone if you think they're cheating or they're being.
But what happens with that?
I don't know whether it gets followed or not, because you got to remember they got to put manpower into that, and that's more money.
Yeah, I was going to say it flags after a certain amount of people complain about them.
Another good thing that we do when we play is we're always in an Xbox Live party, so no one else. We don't hear anybody else in the game, and we only hear each other.
Well, that's what. The guys that I work with, that's what they do. They turn off, they mute everybody else except for just them, and they're like, and because I've told them, it's like, well, I don't really want to go through the ridicule. And they say, we don't hear anybody else. We don't give a damn what they're saying. We just talk to each other.
Yeah, and that's the best thing. That's the best way to play, in my opinion, is just be on with friends and be able to do that. But that goes with any game that you're going to play multiplayer. And I remember just trying to run dungeons in World of Warcraft. I was scared to death unless I had people from our team with us to do it, because I just didn't want to go through the crap of them, oh, you're stupid, you're terrible, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm playing the game for fun. I don't need to listen to you because of your anonymity behind your character to stop me from having fun in the game or anything like that. I just think it's cool that a couple of these games have taken the steps to kind of even the playing, whether it works or not. It's helping a little bit, but coming at it from a person who's just jumping in it, I think online play has gone to another level where the players run it, and it's hard for somebody who's new to it to be able to step right into it and be able to play in it. So.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's all I had. So.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this pilot episode. it's really rough.
AKA train wreck.
No, it's a pretty good thing. Well, let's do it. It's rough. Like I said, we've had some ideas. We just wanted to record something just kind of get a feel for how these more casual conversations would go, rather than a segmented. We're talking about a movie this time and a game this time. We just wanted to see how it would work, see if we could actually do it for one thing. So we're gonna put a little spit and polish on this, and hopefully they'll get better over time. Kind of like Geek Bits did. I mean, if you listen to those early episodes of Geek Bits, they are awful, and even the most recent one wasn't even that good either. But it was a whole lot better than the first one. So we're gonna try that. But we don't have a script or anything to close out of this. But like I mentioned at the top of the show, you can go to nerdpunch.com.
Yeah.
And see all the stuff that we posted 5 months ago.
Well, we're also at Nerd Punch on Twitter, which will start getting more livelier. The website will start getting a little bit more livelier now that we're going to start uploading shows there, and we'll get back to working on that page and getting some more content out that way. Our own Twitter feeds, I'm at DC Hooper.
I'm at Matthew Selby.
I'm at Opie Online.
And I'm at Dave Witt.
Go, guys. And then, of course, you can always go to our old Facebook page, facebook.com/geekbits.
Yeah,
right now.
Do we have a Nerd Punch?
Do we have Nerd Punch now?
I don't know. Is that bad?
We do. We have one, yeah.
And we've got nerdpunch@gmail.com if you want to email us and let us know how bad or good this sounded. Like I said, we're going to polish it up, but we just wanted to get something on paper, so to speak, just to see how it went.
If we have Nerd Punch Facebook page, and we'll get the word out if we definitely do. I'm pretty sure we do too.
Yeah, we do. We have 19 likes.
We are going to start really pushing that, and that's where we want a lot of our conversation to go. So if there's anything that you liked on the show that we talked about, or there's stuff that you're doing this week that you're interested in, and drop the line on there. We love listeners giving us stuff to talk about. We love you guys bringing up articles and things that go on during the week that we can talk about, things like that. Our shout out shows on Geek Bits was some of our favorite ones.
Yes, and that's what, and we want to do that, the shout outs. We want to do that on this in this more casual format. So if you guys can feed us content on Facebook or Twitter, that would be awesome, and we'll definitely run with that. So that would be a great way to contribute to the show.
Yeah,
and be nice, because Dan can't take criticism.
I can't too. I'm not good, and my headset sucks. I need a new headset. I got everybody going in one ear right now. I'm in mono. Listening to everyone talk. So
you've got everyone. Did you say you've got everyone going in one ear right now?
Yeah.
So it's like your prom night.
I get it. It's like
and everybody's
adrenaline dump.
Adrenaline dump. And adrenaline dump.
We'll catch us next week. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.